Welcome to another episode of the Impel Forward Podcast. What's going on, fellas? What we talking about today?
What's up?
Listen, I couldn't wait to get here because this is what I'm dealing with right now, fellas.
Yeah.
You know, it's a situation where you ever feel like you give out, but you don't get it back.
Okay.
And so when I talk about not getting it back, and Larry, I'm gonna speak to you right now. I'm gonna overlook this guy.
Yeah.
You know,
What's up,
here
man?
we are
Good,
doing this
good.
podcast.
What's
right?
good? What's good?
In a barbershop. But so why am I sitting here looking like Frankie Beverly and Mays with a hat on? Because my guy ain't got time to cut me. So we'll talk about that later.
Busy, man.
So like we're giving to his podcast, right? We trying to contribute, but I can't even get a cut. So that's one thing. But here's where I'm also giving out, man. Downtown Raleigh today. I'm going to the YMCA to get a workout.
Yeah.
Couldn't even get into the facility. A dude stopped me and was like, I could tell what he wanted. He wanted some help.
We're talking about like a homeless man?
Homeless guy.
Okay.
I thought he was gonna hit me for just straight money so he can go out and do whatever.
Yeah.
He kept it so real. Was like, this is a white dude. If it means anything,
Okay.
It's a white dude who said, "Hey, can you go with me down here so I can get me some kind of sandwich from the restaurant?" So I couldn't turn that down.
Hold on.
But
now.
but are y'all telling me I was naive and got suckered again?
What was the outcome? Did he get a sandwich?
I walked with him.
Yeah.
We went to one restaurant. They didn't have the kind of sandwich he wanted. Beggars can't be choosy. This brother could.
Did you pay for the sandwich? Who paid for it?
We went to this one restaurant. They didn't have what he wanted. I said, "Hey man, what about the Subway?" Yeah, that'd be a good idea.
You suggested?
I'm trying to accommodate the dude, man.
Why you say you couldn't turn it down?
That's what I'm saying. It's one thing.
You took it further.
It would have been one thing if he said, "Hey, can I get some money?" And he would have left me guessing as to what he was gonna do. He was like, "Can we go to this spot and get me a sandwich?" You can't turn that down. Why you laughing, like you can't turn that
Why
down?
did he want you to go to the spot though? Why he can't?
That's
You
dope.
can't just give him the money.
I ain't never
mean,
heard that before.
Because it's like if I give him the money, I don't know what he gonna do with it. At least this man has some integrity.
So you went with him.
Yeah, we went to the one restaurant. Because it was Sunday, this restaurant wasn't serving some kind of sandwiches or whatever.
Yeah.
So I suggested, Larry, I said, what about the Subway? He was like, he thought about it. Okay, yeah. So, Leon, you hating because here's a man who's begging and it's like
No.
taking me through all these changes. But long story short, we went to the Subway, got the sandwich. And here's my issue, man. We talk about like inflation in the news.
Yeah.
I spent $14 on this dude, man. Whereas like I could have just thumped him off a couple dollars, not knowing what he would have done with it, buying liquor, drugs, or whatever. So did I make the right move or did I get suckered?
Both.
How did
You made the right move and you got sucked.
Where was the sucker move in it though? I mean,
Well, you actually invested like your time, not just the money.
That's true.
You invested your time. You could have threw him a couple dollars and been on about your way, and wouldn't thought nothing of it. But the fact that you was like, hey, now you involve yourself, like your personal time. Man, you just can't be like, hey, can you follow me over here to X, Y, Z?
Cause now real
do
talk
that.
now. I mean, the Joker cut in on my workout time now.
I don't think
so-
it was a sucker move. I mean, he did give him some food. Just look at that.
It was
you
smart.
give it for
He
a
was
good
smart.
cause.
But 14 bones, man. I mean, like again, it ain't the end of the world, but like I can do a lot. I can do a lot with $14.
But you had it to give. I ain't gonna say he didn't have it because a lot of them be having some money.
right.
He didn't. I say he didn't have it.
Wait, see, Larry's laughing.
That's different, man. That is different, man.
Cause like, now, am I wrong for judging a guy? Cause I looked at him, and I'm looking in his eyes, man. I'm like, you don't look like you're on drugs. I mean,
right.
no, I'm not. I'm clean. His eyes was clear as glass, Larry. You know what I'm saying?
That don't matter, man.
His hair, he took his hat off. His hair looked good. Like he might, you might have gave him a cut. So I can't get one. But anyway, I mean,
I'm a little perplexed. I don't understand.
you wouldn't have done all of that.
I wouldn't have involved myself
How
in
we
that
gonna help?
situation.
How we gonna help people though? We talk about. I mean, your podcast is about helping people.
Well,
At a certain point, we can't just
let me
throw
tell
money
you
at-
where
can't
you
just throw
kind of
money at stuff,
where you
man.
went wrong. Where you went wrong is where you went wrong at is you let him control the situation. All of it.
Did you walk or you
I
drove?
walk with him.
Okay.
All of it.
Walk with him.
He went to place number 1, didn't have the sandwich. You suggested go to the next place. You went there and you paid for it. Where did you have any control at? You gave all your control away.
Why is it about control?
Well, for one thing, your safety.
I mean, we in downtown Raleigh's, other folks around.
Did you get your workout?
Don't
I
give me
did.
that.
I did. It wasn't a good one. It wasn't a great one, but I got one in, man. You know, and I ain't gonna blame the dude for that. You know,
Did you get yourself a sandwich?
I didn't.
You gave all your power away, baby. What's up, man? You can't do that.
So, you know, Leon, your podcast helping people, isn't that required, man? Come on, help Larry out, man.
Yeah, I would just, I don't know, because I had this thing where I really don't give any of them money. I don't. But
So how would you have handled that situation?
I would have said, me, honest, I would have just, nah, I'm going in the gym.
Now, don't get me wrong. I don't do this to everybody. I've gone on that same walk to the YMCA, downtown Raleigh. I've turned people down and said, no, I ain't got no change. And really, I don't have no change.
Yeah.
I ain't lying, because I like to have some integrity when I'm dealing with folks like this. I got my card, so I don't have any change. Larry giving me that skeptical look.
Cause man,
whatever, man.
you could have went into the. Did they not have any protein bars in the YMCA to
how
give?
you
You
do
could have
that.
bought him
See,
one of
like-
them.
It still would have cost $14.
Hey,
Inflation.
Inflation.
Hey,
Is that what this
you right
episode
about
is about?
that.
Inflation.
Hey, man.
And so again, how can we help people, man? Because I mean, now aside from my little downtown walk, y'all see people on the curb.
yeah, yeah.
Those are the ones that cause concern for me, because I really be getting my judgmental stuff. I'm like, now this dude looked too good. This woman looked too good. Their hair looks in place. Shoes look good.
Some of them do it for a hobby.
I think it's a scam, because I'm convinced there is one corner where you got folks sharing a wheelchair.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I've seen it. I've seen a few
help
of
me
them.
out, Larry.
Yeah. I mean, when it comes to that, man, it's not your job to break them down and understand why you out here. What's your motive? What's your agenda? That ain't your job. Your job is, okay, if you can give, then you give. If you can't, then you can't. But you have to have that discernment to understand that. Me, I stopped giving money years ago. But what I do now is, if I have food, I'll give them. If I have bottles of water in my truck, I'll give them I'll get that to them too. But money, I scale back on that, because I've seen people out there and they get creative with the signs.
Yeah.
You know, they'll say homeless family, or they'll say some of them will say looking for work or just looking for gas. It doesn't even matter. But the thing is, if you got it in your heart to help them out, you want to help people, but not compromise yourself.
Compromise meaning put myself in danger.
I mean, that's included, but danger, financial, anything, you know? And definitely you don't want to just walk off with them or follow them anywhere. They might have some buddies waiting on you.
Didn't think about that. Okay.
I
didn't think about that.
I'm a little disappointed, man.
Wow.
Yeah.
I expect
Actually,
better.
one time,
That's a good
Expect better.
point,
I
Larry.
expect better.
Jokers could have yoked me by the collar.
yeah,
Yeah.
I seen a
expect
guy
that.
when he's at this light every day. So one day I rolled my window down. I said, "What's your story, man? Why you
That's
out
a good
here?"
That's a good question.
That's what I asked him. Now he gave me a story that I didn't believe, but he gave me a story, and I still don't. I'm pretty. I did give him something. I gave him something, but I like to know why. What happened?
All right, so dude that I encountered today told me what he wanted, made it explicitly clear this wasn't about any drugs. Can we go get me something to eat?
Yeah. It was
Can
straight,
you come
straight
with me?
transactional.
So I mean,
And I guess he probably asked you, "Could you go?" Because some people like your first notion is like, I'm gonna go give him money and he gonna go get a drink.
Right,
So he just came out and said, "Can you go with me?"
now
I think that was smart on his part.
On
The
his
rest,
part, yeah.
I still ain't convinced, because like he might have got me, because like it was very like all mapped out. The restaurant is right around the corner from here.
Right.
So like I'm like, it's probably wasn't your first meal today, bro. You probably I ain't the only one you got. If you got me, I'm not the only one you got. Here's my last question, guys, before we wrap it up. Am I really wrong because I even brought it up? Like,
What you mean?
Like, if I'm so concerned about doing a good deed,
Yeah.
then why am I even going back and forth about the $14
Because you're not
that
sure
I spent?
it was a good deal.
Yeah, man. It's not even
was
just
my
that.
heart really not right? Is
Right.
what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
man.
No,
Basically, that's what I'm
it's
saying,
not
yeah.
even that, man. It's the fact that it came out of left field. Because not too many people say, hey, you know, they walk up to a homeless person. The homeless person say, hey, can you go with me to here, to X, Y, Z? Like, that's not normal. That's not normal at all. Because a lot of people don't want to be followed. They don't want you to see where, you know, the living conditions that they're in. They might, you know, they territorial, put it that way. But again, for your own safety, because you wouldn't want somebody to approach your child like that and say, hey, you know, can you help me out over here? Because that happens a lot. That's how the serial killers did it in the 70s and the 80s. while a lot of young women was, you know, kidnapped and deceased because of things like that. You know, good suspecting young guy saying, "Hey, can you help me out with X, Y, Z?" And then, you know.
Now I got mad at dude, man, because again, I mean, I'm looking all disheveled.
What
today
you
and
mad
everything.
for?
What you mad for?
Yeah,
What
you mad?
you get mad for?
Cause Joker won't cut my hair,
He
man.
got a full stomach over there.
But like I had my hoodie on when he first encountered me, right?
Yeah.
So when by the time we got to Subway, I took my hoodie off. This Joker told me, "You look younger with your hoodie on." I'm like, "Now, Joker, you trying to get something
And
to
he
eat,
insulted
and you
you.
gonna put some ageism on
And
me,
he
man."
insulted
you know?
you.
But you know, and
He took you through it.
He took me through it. And but look now, like again, this guy couldn't have been that good now because he talks about how he's got like a vision problem.
Okay.
And so we got to the restaurant, and the dude at the first restaurant we went to, I ain't really like his attitude because dude was like, "Hey, what kind of sandwiches you got?" "Well, there's the menu right there." I'm like, "Come on, man, can't you look at this guy and tell he might be a little destitute?" But
I probably walked out on that one.
yeah, man, I probably should have, you know.
Yeah, hit the money. You can go get your own.
You know what I'm saying? And so, but the guy could not have been carrying out this charade to the point where, like, he literally did not read the menu. So, like, I'm saying my point is, this dude won't lie to me, y'all. He said he had a vision problem. Dude said, "Here's the menu," and he wouldn't read the menu. Is he that good to say, "Now, I done told this guy I can't hardly see. I got a vision problem." Is he that good, Larry?
So he told the guy.
He told me he got a vision problem.
Oh, okay.
You know, he's looking for work. It's hard. See. I'm gonna talk to you because
Because
this guy ain't got no heart.
He already got you.
He ain't got no heart.
He can
The
tell
guy
you everything.
told me, John,
He can tell you everything.
I want to work. The reason I'm begging is because I can't work. I got vision problems and this and that and the other. You know, the hard working dude.
And that could be honest.
See?
That could be honest.
See? And I had to read the menu for the man. You know what I'm saying? Oh, gosh, man. Anyway, before we
What's
got
that movie, Kevin Hartway? He was helping the guy in the wheelchair, man.
I seen a little bit of it. I know what you're talking about.
Well, speaking of giving and giving back, how about this haircut, man?
Yeah, I got you. Yeah,
Hey,
need
but
one.
I've encountered a lot of people, man, where I've sat down, I talked to them about their stories, man. When I was in high school, I worked for Little Caesars, and we used to have this homeless guy in the area, and I worked there for all 4 years of my high school. So I actually sat down, and I talked to this guy one day, you know, because we give him a slice of pizza, you know, because he was not confrontational, wasn't hostile, nothing like that, and we knew him in the area. So I sat down with him one day after work, and I was, you know, we sitting on the curb talking, and I said, "Hey, man, what's you know, how come you been out here for so long? What's your story? You got no family? Things like that." And you know, a little, probably a middle-aged white guy at the time, because me, I was, you know, 16, 17, and he was saying he used to work for this financial firm. He was either a CPA or an accountant, one of those high-level financial managers, and he worked the numbers, he worked the books. Got caught, lost everything, lost family, lost his house, lost his reputation, lost his job. And he was just, you know, very remorseful of his decisions. And he knew that where his decisions ended, where he ended up at because of his choices he made. And I remember that was always one thing that stuck with me, man. That's why you can't judge a book by its cover all the time, because there are a lot of people who make decisions that at the time it might feel good, it might be whatever is motivating them to do whatever decision, but it don't always turn out right. But that don't mean they bad people. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So he was a good dude that made a bad choice. Right. But it hurt him bad though. You know? He couldn't recover from it.
That's a good thing, a good point you made, and what you said sounds like your story, Leon. Not a bad dude, made a bad choice.
Yeah, bad decision.
Yeah,
you know
yeah. And it's a lot of people out there, man. You know.
The other point though, Larry, with that and Leon, like if we made a poor choice and lost our jobs, man, do we have so much pride that we couldn't ask nobody to buy me a sandwich?
That's a good one.
At the restaurant. Boy, that's
I think timing plays a big part of that, because after a while, like your pride just turns into survival. Yeah, you know what I'm saying, and it comes to the point where you trying to live. I want to see tomorrow.
One thing I think about sometimes too is, I was like, why can't they go offer a car wash, or let me carry your bags to your car, or something like that? And I think people may be more prone to give them something.
Well, like we seen it, right? Maybe this was back in the day where a guy, they spray in your window,
Oh,
and
yeah,
wipe
yeah,
it
yeah,
off,
yeah,
and they
true.
expect you to give them something.
Yeah.
But like, man, in this day and age, boy, I don't look. If I'm a homeless cat, I might be scared to run up on your windshield, man, because I don't. You might be squeezing something else. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I get your point, Leon, for sure.
Yeah, it's about the area too, man, and what type of people it is out there. Because to be honest with you, it's a lot of homeless people who've been out there for decades, but they just know how the streets work. They know the spots, they know where to go. You know what I'm saying? And then some new people out there, new homeless people out there who still, they don't know the ropes. So those are the ones who kind of, they
Think
just
they
out
could be
there.
more dangerous?
I think so. I would say more dangerous wise, like attitude wise. Because believe it or not, homeless people got really good people skills. They do. If you ever coming off the exit and you see homeless people standing on the corner, they talking to people all day.
Yeah, I'm about to say you guys.
All
talk to
day.
people all day long.
Wow.
And I mean, like, they might not even talk to the same person. They talking to thousands of people all day, and they trying to get something. They trying to get some money or some food.
And so
So
man,
they gotta have people skills.
So with that, more than me buying this guy a sandwich, where are the people who are on these exits who are saying, I could use this guy in sales at my company? You know what I'm saying?
That's rare. Not it's the exception, not the rule. Like it could happen, but a lot more factors play a part of that, man. Because you can't just be like, hey, I'm gonna take this cat in because he might have some skills.
Yeah.
But he might have some issues that might need to be dealt with first. Because being out there on the street, some of them they get into substance abuse problems.
Yeah, good point.
Do you think? Okay, the government, right? They sending all this money everywhere else, right?
Okay.
Do you think that they can help out all these homeless people
Facts, they can.
around?
Yeah.
So why wouldn't they? Why don't they?
Why don't we? Why do y'all clown me for giving a dude a
'Cause-
sandwich,
Nah,
man?
we
Come on.
can't do it.
Because we out here trying to survive at the same time they are. It's just two different types of survival.
Look, the government does it, right? We talk about folks who take advantage of the system,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
And so the same way y'all say I might have gotten taken today, people are on the take just from the government giving out money. So like, I just don't think it's no clean-cut answer, man.
They have
it's
a
not.
whole lot of money. They can build more shelters or.
Well, there's a program that they started. I can't remember what state. Don't quote me if it was California or not. But they're taking old school motels and hotels and they're renovating them, turning them into like kind of like
halfway houses.
well, not exactly a halfway house, but kind of like a homeless type of living quarters.
Okay.
Kind of like a barracks type of thing. And they furnish them with like, full kitchens or at least half a kitchen, half baths like that. And but it's usually, you have to go through a program, go through certain parameters to get accepted into that.
Wow.
Which is a good program.
Yeah.
You know, 'cause
This is
that's-
where?
Like I said, don't quote me, but I think it might have been California because they have a huge homeless population over there.
And I asked you that because what you're describing sounds a whole lot. You're going to know what I'm talking about, Leon. Durham Rescue Mission, Ernie Mills. And they got a former hotel that they converted. And it's, I think that's the women and children's facility. I hadn't talked to the Mills in a while.
Yeah.
But a similar type thing.
Yeah.
So you said we need more of those?
Well, it's a start. It's a start because you got to get these people out the streets because it's like during the wintertime, man. It gets extra cold out there, and these people are freezing to death.
But Larry, you making me think about so many things because you talking about just hardcore homeless people. But man, in this economy, dealing with this inflation, folks losing jobs. I can't pay this $1,200, $1,400 a month rent.
Right.
Somebody like that could use this kind of transitional spot that you're talking about, man.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
And so these are people who obviously were gainfully employed, but lost their jobs just because of the economy, just because of inflation, just because Leon voted for the wrong person, and that type of situation.
It happens though, and it
Man,
happens.
it's just no easy answer.
About
man.
make me go down that road. Talking about voting. That's another
No,
conversation.
yeah. Please, let's not get into it.
That's another conversation.
I think it's some changes, man. There's another program I saw a couple of years back where one town they started growing like fruit trees in their downtown area, so the homeless people could come down there and get food off the trees. So that kind of dealt with the hunger issue, the hunger side of it. So they don't have to be overly begging for food or things like that from strangers, they can actually go and grab an orange off the tree or a pear off the tree or an apple off the tree.
It's for anybody. So it's not I'm coming to your yard stealing
Yeah,
the fruit.
it's one of the cities that set that up. I can't remember where it was. Man. I heard that a while ago. But also too, as a compromise, the city I think tasked them with cleaning that up. Mm-hmm. So fruit and stuff fall down. The homeless people, they go and clean it up because the city's providing trash cans and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. So I mean, like, little programs like that make a huge difference, man. Okay. It just trying to catch steam and get it going.
That sounds just creative solutions, man.
So people won't be asking you to take them to Subway, man. That's why.
That's why. We're done here,
bro. I'm telling you can't do that no more, man. Don't do that.
Just give them the money next time.
I'm not gonna do that.
Give them $5.
I don't carry cash, man.
Don't walk off with nobody. Don't walk off with nobody. And nobody you don't know.
I can't argue with that point now.
Seriously, man.
Man, just the thought of that. I mean, I might not have been sitting here talking to y'all right now.
Yeah.
Cat had to yoke me, man.
I got a 17-year-old daughter, man, and a 16-year-old daughter, man. I ain't want to hear nobody walk up to them saying, hey, can you help me out over here?
Me, I wouldn't have went. You did good just by going, though. You did good.
You did too good.
I appreciate y'all.
Yeah. Appreciate your service, man.
Thank you.
For sure. You did good, though.
Good deed.
Now can I get the haircut?
Yeah.
Thank you.
For sure.
Well, that's it for this episode of the Impel Forward Podcast. Give, and it shall be given unto you.
Oh, now you preach.
Impel forward, man. For sure.
If you like what you saw, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the Impel Forward Podcast.